even the reason that I do this for, it's not for the awards and the, all the accolades or anything like that, but it was a really cool feeling to just be there and remember being a little girl and dreaming about being at the Grammys one day. So it's very special. What's up, MTV? It's Tori Kelly, and I'm taking the test of time.
Still the same girl dancing in the living room. Grammys on, thinking maybe she could win a few. Met a couple snakes, but I held on to the truth. I'm still me.
All right. Wow. This is the Sing 2 premiere, the sequel. This was 2021. Yes! So fun. I loved that day. This was such a special day. Was already so over the moon to be a part of the first Sing movie, and so the fact that there was a second one, I was just so excited. And being a part of this franchise really is a dream come true. I mean, I would have never thought as a little girl that I would be the voice of a character like this. I just fell in love with Mina and with all of the characters. The cast is incredible. I just have nothing bad to say at all. I mean, this really is a dream come true for me. There is, I hear, a third movie coming out as well, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Sing 2, I mean, just incredible experience. And that premiere was really special too. That was at the Greek Theater in LA, and so it was, massive crowd. It felt more like a concert than just like a regular movie premiere, which was really cool. I was just super honored to be a part of it.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am. Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
It's funny because it's like you either know about the Mina slander or you have no idea, and it just sounds, random. But yeah, the controversy that I've seen on TikTok is very entertaining. I love Mina. I could never hate Mina, so I'm a Mina stan forever. Oh my gosh. This is the cover of my EP called Solitude. This was in 2020. I could never forget that year. 2020. From my bedroom. I remember just feeling so thankful that I had a home studio. I'm sure a lot of artists and musicians, anyone, in music, if they did have a home studio, that was the time to use it because we were all at home. It was very reminiscent of my first EP ever, Handmade Songs by Tori Kelly, and I did that one in my childhood bedroom and wrote and produced the whole thing myself. So fast forward to 2020, 8 or 9 years later, getting to be back in my house, my own house, not my parents' house, and then still, being able to say like, oh yeah, I can still write my own songs, I can still produce. It was definitely a nice confidence booster just for myself to be able to say that I could do it. Whoa. This is a still from a music video, Missing You. This was last year, so this came out 2023. I loved that look. That was a fun one.
Ooh, I'm missing you.
This was my first single off of this new album. It was a new look, a new sound, kind of coming out with a bang. I had so much fun in this video. I just wanted to go all out with the Y2K sort of vibe, late 90s. It was very inspired by like Missy Elliott, Aaliyah for this. And we had so much fun with the looks too. I mean, this look in particular in the mirror room was so fun. I kind of felt like I was playing different characters too in each setup, which I think brought out, all these new sides of me. It was a blast. Oh my gosh. This is from a TikTok that I did of me doing impressions. This was, this had to be 22, because I was still blonde.
No, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. Yeah.
There's like a filter that random pop songs will come up. And I was like, what if I just did them as other singers and just did some impressions. Because I even when I go to karaoke with my friends, I'm always just being silly and, you know, making up voices or characters, changing my voice. It's all out of love, always. As a kid, my dad said that he would have to stop me from listening too much to a certain artist because I would start to sort of copy their voice. So I think I was always pretty good at imitating different singers, but my struggle was actually, you know, when I was really young, trying to find out what my own voice was. So I would, you know, listen to a singer and get really obsessed, and then kind of my dad would be like, okay, like that's enough, now you're gonna listen to this person. And so I think over time I sort of took what I loved, you know, about all these artists that I was inspired by, and at some point, you know, found my own voice. Oh, sick. Yeah, this is from tour. Wow, this was my first tour in a really long time. After putting out my EP in 2023, this was a lot of fun. I love that there's comments on the side too. I basically put out an EP that was sort of part one of the album, and that allowed me to go on a small little tour. It was definitely a tease because it was only like a couple shows, but I hadn't been on the road in so long, so I was just so eager to get out there and perform all of these new songs. It was so fun to feed off the crowd, and you know, with new music, it's always a little nerve-wracking, but then the second I get on stage and just feel the energy from the crowd, I'm like, okay, cool, everything's fine. I'm super excited to get back out on the road later this year. I have a North American tour, so super excited about that this fall. I am a big matcha lover. I don't drink coffee that much anymore, so I literally bring my whole matcha kit on the road with me on the tour bus, and I have the, you know, the bowl with the little whisk thing, and I have my oat milk, and I make a whole matcha, so it's fun. I made a Y2K inspired playlist for this last tour. Basically, it's playing while, you know, fans are coming into the venues and buying merch and all that stuff, so they're hearing the playlist in the background, and one of my favorite things is being backstage and hearing them sing along to all the songs. I think it like gets them excited and hyped up for the show. Oh my gosh, this was a very special moment in my career. I won a couple Grammys in 2019. Crazy, that was a dream. Everybody who's been in my life, you know who you are, and your support has always meant so much to me, probably more than you know. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say because I'm freaking out still. So thank you. This was for the gospel album that I put out. It was just a project that I wanted to do. It was something on my heart. My faith has always been so important to me. And so the fact that I not only got to work with someone like Kirk Franklin on all of these songs, but then to, you know, end up at the Grammys and winning, I was definitely surprised that I won. I mean, you never know. It's like I was just happy to be nominated, so that already felt like a win to me. And I don't like to get my hopes up for things. It's probably a not always a good thing in my life, but I'm kind of sitting there like, okay, yeah, it doesn't even matter. I feel like I already won. And so the fact that they did call my name, I was like, wait, what? Because I was already expecting just to, you know, be happy with the nomination. So it was a surreal moment for sure. And I was definitely freaking out during the speech. I don't even remember what I said. Humility is something that was very important to my family. And, you know, I've been singing my whole life and on stage my whole life, but I think my parents really instilled in me at a young age, yes, you have this amazing God-given talent, but at the end of the day, nobody is better than the other. So I think that's something that has always stuck with me throughout my career, and I have my parents to thank for that. Woohoo! This is my album cover, just came out this year. Tori, all caps, period, 2024.
Down in my soul, I feel it. Oh, my spirit knows I need it.
I I am so proud of this album. I got to work on the whole entire thing with the amazing Jon Bellion and his crew. I basically just went into the studio and I told Jon, look, I haven't done like fun upbeat songs in a really long time. I want to dance, I want to blast these songs in my car with the windows rolled down. Those were basically my guidelines when I first walked in to the studio, and I really think we ended up with an album that checks all of those boxes. And this is the most confident I've ever felt as an artist and just as a woman. And I think, you know, stepping into myself more and just having a little more fun and expressing all these different sides of myself has been sort of the theme of this album, this new era, if you will. The cool thing about this album that's unlike any other album that I've done is I was actually in between labels when I recorded all these songs with Jon. And so there were, you know, no extra opinions or anything. It was just me saying, this is the music that I want to do. And then once it was all finished and we had a complete body of work, that's when we went, you know, to the labels and you're like, okay, cool, like who wants to partner with me on this? Then we ended up going with Epic Records. And yeah, and so it was just cool to, I think, figure out what the sound was before, you know, having too many opinions involved or anything like that. It was sort of like, here's the album, take it or leave it. And so it's been awesome just getting to have that sort of creative control throughout this process. I think this is only the beginning, and I'm super excited of what's to come next. First reaction to seeing all of these amazing highlights in my career is just gratefulness and a lot of gratitude just to be able to even be doing this. I mean, this is my dream since I was a little girl, so to look at all these highlights is very surreal. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go check out my new album called Tori, streaming everywhere now, and make sure you go grab your tickets for my fall tour at ToriKellyMusic.com.